Hey Kel Kats, welcome back to another episode of Intalkxicated. I am your host, Kelsi Davies, and I am here with my roommate slash best friend, Mady Kelly.
Hello.
She will probably be in a lot of these.
I'm happy to be here.
I don't really want to do them alone. I'm like,
I know, it kind of sucks.
it'd be kind of like boring, I feel like.
Lonely.
I get so lonely. Mady, what is your intoxicated choice of the night?
I have been drinking alcohol tonight. I had a bad time with weed last night, so I took a shot of tequila because it's Taco Tuesday and we had to film some interesting things on my podcast. And I'm drinking Trulies, so that's my choice of intoxication.
I decided to take an edible, and I packed a bowl too, so that's cool.
We love that.
I'm also here with my haunted doll Lola. We will do a whole podcast on her if you guys want to know her story and everything we found out. It's actually pretty nuts what we found out with my haunted doll.
Stuff.
But she just kind of hangs out with us, does the podcast with us. Don't know if you'll hear a whisper or something. But last time we ended on kind of a cliffhanger with the Illuminati. So
big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Leave on.
So I have a theory about the Illuminati, and we're going to dig into that all in this podcast tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's just get started. So we kind of ended up talking about how the Illuminati is like the triangle with the eye in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking about how during like my meditation for opening my third eye and like going into a higher state of consciousness, I don't know if you guys are into that. Whoever is listening, you know, you might think I'm crazy, but it's okay. But I was doing that and I would see these flashes of like triangles, which it kind of influenced my logo actually for Intalkxicated. I would see these triangles flashing, and it would be around where my third eye would be. So the eye would be in the middle, essentially. And that is the Illuminati symbol, actually, which I thought was kind of weird. Why am I seeing this when I'm meditating?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a good thing, but like everyone says the Illuminati is like a bunch of demon worshippers, and they sold their soul to the devil and all this stuff. But after hearing about like a lot of people commenting, they're like, someone commented actually, and they were part of a religion, and they said that manifesting in their religion is a sin. Yeah.
It's really odd because I feel like literally when you look up like opening your third eye, or like the other day I was looking for like a background for my phone that was like more spiritual.
I was looking for the tattoos.
Mine, I decided to just do like the Libra scale, but when I was searching it, it literally was triangles with the eye in the middle, like your third eye.
Yeah.
So you look up like a third eye meditation, it has that, and it's weird because it's like, isn't that the Illuminati? Isn't that a bad thing?
Right.
Like we've been programmed to think that way, which is really weird.
Exactly.
But maybe it's
but
something
like,
else.
If it is a bad thing, then why are these all A-list celebrities like with a lot of money and all this power? Like, you know, you just look at them, they seem to be a higher being than you because they're famous or whatever. Like, you look up to these people, but it's like a lot of them do talk about manifesting. They talk about the Illuminati. They don't. I guess they do. Jim
talk
Carrey
about, like,
did.
Spirituality and stuff.
Right,
And, like, a lot of them are really
spirituality.
spiritual, but they don't really like align with a lot of the religions that we have.
Exactly.
Like, they're very different. They're out of the box, but they have a lot of fame.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Like most of them, you know, like there's very few like big, huge, mainly singers, but there are actresses like that just because singers are more open with it with their music and everything. Whereas
like,
actresses, they can't
subtly.
really like show you it because they're acting, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I want to get into all that. And I honestly think that the Illuminati might not be so bad. I mean,
think there's something that we don't know. I think
there is too.
We've been taught a certain way, and I
Right.
think that we're starting to realize that maybe it isn't this crazy, scary thing that everybody makes it out.
Right.
It's not a cult or like whatever, you know, because that's what people tell you.
Yeah, and like in religions, like I'm not going to get into specific religions, don't want to offend anyone, but in religions, like a lot of people are taught that like ghosts are the same things as demons, and like spirits are the same thing as demons. They're like, oh, you mean your demon doll Lola? Like, I'm like, no, it's not a demon. A demon is like negative energy. It's something so negative that it's not good. It's essentially evil, right? So it's like, what if we are like, people are taught these things and they're afraid of these things because like the government doesn't want us to know the full truth. And that's kind of what like celebrities even talk about.
Yeah.
Like I want to get into like
Yeah.
so I gotta show you this shit.
It's crazy. This time, I haven't heard any of these articles, so this is my first time hearing.
No, yeah,
all
last
of
time
this.
Mady had heard like the articles before.
So I get to react with you.
Okay, so this, yeah, Maddie's like,
get
this
to
is
be like
Maddie's
you
full
guys.
reaction, okay? So this is an article, right? And, right, it is an article. That's right.
She's already stumped.
I know, already. Hi, okay.
Is this an article?
This is the article. It says, the pineal gland, the secret the Illuminati has kept from humanity. Right? Okay. So, I don't know if you guys know what the pineal gland is, but like throughout the...
Isn't it the third? Is it the third eye?
So the pineal gland is known to be like that higher state of consciousness. Once that pineal gland is activated, that's where enlightenment comes from. And a bunch of different ancient cultures, like it says on here, they knew about the pineal gland and its importance thousands of years ago.
This is really odd. Sorry to interrupt, but
No,
you
go
know
for
when
it.
in high school you learn about like world history and stuff. Was Muhammad the one that had enlightenment? Like, what was the one who reached enlightenment? Because that word I haven't heard since I learned about.
Right, I learned you learn about it barely in
but it's
school.
like enlightenment. They've reached enlightenment, but nobody even really talks about what that is.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. That just made me think of that.
Like they, with enlightenment, there were scientific studies and stuff, and they found out that a lot of it does like activate the pineal gland, which is a gland that's not necessarily activated all the time, and like some people just have never activated it. It's just kind of dormant in your brain. So it says thousands of years ago, cultures like the ancient Egyptians and Greeks knew that the pineal gland was of great importance to humanity. But the existence of the pineal gland, also known as the third eye. So the pineal gland is like the opening of the third eye.
Because a lot of the meditations, they say the pineal gland.
Right.
Like, and when you're opening your third eye, and it's really weird.
Yeah, no, it's like, today little information is shared about the pineal gland, which according to many researchers can help humanity achieve its full potential and defeat our tyrannical overlords, the government. Right? So it's like it's considered by many as a portal that connects the physical and spiritual world and humans. When activated, the pineal gland offers a sensation of euphoria and oneness that fills the mind, providing a sense of knowledge and enlightenment. It is said that the humans can activate the functionality of the pineal gland through yoga, meditation, or other methods. And a lot of these celebrities like do yoga, they do meditations. You see them posting about it and stuff, and you think like, okay, they're like strange, whatever. Like Jim Carrey is very into meditation and energy and all that. And a lot of people think he's kind of weird, like he's fallen off, with acting and stuff. Like people think he's like gone crazy, but I think he's just woken up. Like the shit that he said.
He's been into manifestation. He's one of those
he
people.
manifested his whole career.
He did. He wrote himself a check for $10,000 or $10 million.
$10 million.
And then when Dumb and Dumber came out, he ended up getting $10 million from being in that movie.
He was broke. He did not have a lot of money. He was actually, I believe, homeless.
Yeah.
And he wrote himself a check. And that's manifestation. And
he kept it for
years. Pretended basically that he had $1 million in his brain, kept that check, and then he made $10 million.
That's crazy. I literally have goosebumps.
No, it's weird.
So weird.
So it's like, okay, going back in the article, okay, we'll go back to that. The pineal gland is considered as a way of traveling between dimensions, referring by many as astral projection or remote viewing. Interestingly, remote viewing has been researched by the government. So, yeah, it's legit shit. Like, they have researched remote viewing and astral projection.
But then they don't tell us anything. I'm confused.
Because they don't want us to know about it. That's like the whole thing. Oh, this one's crazy. Stanford scientists observed a man travel outside his body into space, and he was able to describe and decipher a ring around Jupiter, which a ring that scientists had no idea even existed until one of the satellites flew past Jupiter years later. Like, how would this guy have known that shit?
He wouldn't have.
Right. So it's like, there's something there, and there's something that you can activate, and you can astral project. Your soul can leave your body, but it's like, the government doesn't want us to do that. They want us to stay put and stay as living the basic human life. And like with the celebrities and everything, like there's this video. I think it was, who's that guy? What's his name?
It's Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, okay? So Jim Carrey went on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was doing like this joke for Dumb and Dumber 2, I think. But he came out doing this with his like mouth open in the middle of a triangle. Like, so I'm telling you guys, I have my two hands together like a triangle, you know, and then like I open my mouth in the middle. He stuck his tongue out, you know, like, like if you guys, I just hit my head on the microphone. He was asking Jimmy Kimmel, he's like, do you know what that is? And Jimmy Kimmel's like, what? No, what are you talking about? He's like, come on, like, you're on TV, you're a comedian, you're, like, well-known, like, most people know what this is. And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, that's the Illuminati, dude. Like, he, like, went into this joke and everything, but, like, he said some valid... Let me see what he said. Just, like, this is why people think that he's, like, crazy, quote-unquote, but it's, like, I don't think he's crazy.
Yeah.
So he was like... Yeah, it's like the government, they're trying to turn us into consumer drones. Like, he literally said that on TV. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird.
When did this happen? Like, what year was that?
This was when Dumb and Dumber 2, like the newest Dumb and Dumber 2 came out with Jim Carrey.
Talk show hosts, people
2014.
on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to...
He's like, people on television, people in sitcoms, they've been hired by the government to, like... basically actresses and stuff, they've been hired by the government to like settle everyone down and like not have them open their mind. But he's like,
throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Make you laugh and docile so that you don't know what's really going on. And like, this was all silent. I think this is what like people said on TikTok, is like this video of him talking and stuff, like, people weren't laughing in the audience, I guess. Like, a lot of it was, like, legit shit. But they added laughs to it.
Well, yeah, they do that in production.
You know, they get out there in the woods in a circle naked, and they decide these things. And,
but that's like a joke.
He's joking. About that. He's a comedian, so some of it is a joke.
It's hilarious.
But, like, he goes in and, like, starts talking about that shit. And it's like... What? It's weird. But then you look into like Ariana Grande in her music video, God is a Woman. What do you see here? I'm showing Mady a picture.
It's a triangle. It's literally two triangles. It's a person inside of a triangle.
So it's Ariana Grande in front of the triangle, making a triangle with her hands upside down.
She's like, her body
and she is the eye.
Yeah. What the fuck?
So in Ariana Grande,
she talks about manifestation.
Yeah. She's like, people think she's in the Illuminati because her success and everything, but she talks about manifestation. She talks about all the spiritual shit, and she's into it. You know, obviously.
It's weird because a lot of, you'll see, like, at least some of them with her and, like, Miley Cyrus, they both came from Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, where they were, like, super happy. Like, you know, they were, like, really good and, like, innocent. And they both kind of rebelled and, went into this phase. And that's where their success came from. And it's kind of weird when people say...
And I think it's when they started opening their spirituality. Like, I'm telling you. But everyone says
it's a negative thing. So I don't understand.
But why? They're so successful and, like... People love them.
And
people idolize them.
And they're not, like, harmful people.
Right.
Like,
they're not, like, demon worship. You don't look at them and you're like, they're a demon worshiper.
Like, they're not power hungry.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They're, like, they're just, you know, in tune with themselves.
Exactly. And, like, with Miley, so she actually, there's this picture and she has an eye tattooed on her finger.
Weird.
And I got an eye tattooed on my finger 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I did not know Miley Cyrus had a freaking eye on her hand.
She has the eye on her necklace, which is also weird because I had gotten this bracelet, like, not that long. My mom got me this for Christmas.
We both got this jewelry when we were starting to get spiritually awoken.
But we didn't tell each other, and then we both got one. It was freaking weird.
It's weird. So it's like ever since we started getting into all this spiritual stuff, like we've started like getting really into the third eye and getting into like this jewelry with the eye on it. And I got a tattoo on my finger of an eye. Does that mean that I'm in the Illuminati? Like, no, I don't know.
You opened your third eye. It's I don't.
But it's like if the Illuminati is a good thing, I'm like, am I in it?
It's on our money. Like it's on our money, like our bills. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, why do we not know anything about it? Why is it just it's a cult? Like,
why is it assumed to be a cult? And then Beyonce, like, she always goes on, like,
everyone
at the
says
Super
that they're
Bowl,
in the Illuminati.
Beyonce, she does the triangle and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't see Beyonce as, like, someone who sold their soul to the devil. Like, she's so happy. Like, she's
all
so
about women
positive.
empowerment and things like that.
She's into women empowerment, spirituality. She talks about a lot of spirituality in her songs.
Yeah.
And then Rihanna, like,
I love
this is
Rihanna.
from her music video Umbrella. She's
What?
literally, it's from Umbrella. She's standing in a triangle like Ariana Grande, and she's the eye. She's the center of it. I have the chills
I do
right
too.
now.
I grew up watching. You never notice
This
any
was
of this shit.
in Umbrella.
It's scary how your mind just doesn't pick up on those things.
Right.
Like, you just don't notice them until you're in tune. It's weird.
Right. It's like, ever since I've noticed, like, so I have this tattoo on my wrist, okay? I got this, I think, maybe 7 months ago. And I got it because it was my birth flower. It's the aster flower. And I'm very into geometric, like, elliptical shapes. Because, like, when I was little, I would always dream about these elliptics and, like, circles and just all these shapes appearing, like, in my dreams. And I would have this reoccurring dream over and over and over. The same thing.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And I got it tattooed. My first tattoo was, like, all the elliptics and everything I saw in my dream. Because I thought it was, like, really interesting, you know. And I was like, you know, I'm going to get a tattoo. Like, I think it's maybe my spirit guides trying to communicate with me. Like, I just love the mystery behind it. So I got my first tattoo of it.
Yeah.
This tattoo is probably my, like, 8th tattoo, right?
Yeah.
And it's the flower. And around it, I don't know why. Like, I designed this tattoo. Like, you know. And I put a triangle around the flower. And the center of the flower, look at it.
It's the eye.
It's the eye. And it's like, I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even think twice. Like, I didn't think, oh, this looks like the Illuminati. Like, I did not even realize that. So it's just so weird. And then, I don't know, with all these elliptics, like, in our apartment, this was weird. Mady pointed this out. This gave me the chills. Like, so I decorated our crystal shelf. You know, I hung it up and, like,
Mind you, the crystal shelf that she picked out is triangles, first of all.
Yes, there are 3 triangles. Well, there's a triangle, a diamond, and a triangle.
Yes.
So I didn't even, like, think twice about it. I was like, oh, it looks like mountains. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
she
cool.
thought it was cool.
So there was this eye, this evil eye my grandpa got from Turkey. And I've always kept it because I always felt something with it. Like, it protected me. So when I was decorating the shelf, like, Mady had stuck a crystal here and there, and I, like, put them where she did, but then I decorated, like, a couple things myself. I put the eye in the middle of the triangle without even realizing it. And Mady pointed that out the other day. She's like,
I was like,
look
why
how
is
you
there an eye in
She was like,
the
look how
middle
you
of it?"
decorated the crystal shell.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's weird.
It's not like it's intentional. It's like just like subconsciously you're doing it. Like,
right.
I don't know. I was telling Kelsi the other day. So she's been like a lot farther along on her spiritual journey than I have. So we would meditate together in her backyard when we were super high by the fire. And we would do like third eye meditations. And she would always tell me, I see shapes. And I would see like a beam of light, but I would never see like shapes or like whatever they were telling me to see because I haven't opened it quite yet. I wouldn't see anything. It's weird because now I keep getting, like, every time I meditate, whether I'm opening my third eye or not, I get pressure, like, where the third eye is located. Yeah. And as yesterday or a couple days ago, we went on our hike together and we smoked before. And it was weird because everywhere I went on the ground, like the sewers and things like that, there was triangles and there was something in like a circle in the center of every fucking triangle that I saw on cars when we were on our hike. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Because we've been talking about all of this. And then I see triangles everywhere after I'm like opening my third eye. It's just really weird.
It's just too coincidental for me. And it's like people could be like, oh, that's like a different eye. It's a different meaning. It's not. It's the same thing. And all these celebrities, they're like very enlightened. They're spiritual. And people think they're like kind of crazy because like they're all into this stuff. But it's
they're
like
rebellious against like the normal society.
Right.
But they're successful. Why do you think they're
like
so successful?
Okay, so Willow Smith.
We love her.
So Will Smith's daughter, okay? Will Smith is said to be in the Illuminati by a lot of people.
Also her name, Willow.
Willow, yeah. Willow Smith, all of her music is about like the government and how the Greys came down and like wiped us all out and how the government took over and there's chemtrails. She talks about that. She talks about how we're the power. We are the flower. That's like her song Flower.
And the Indigos.
And the Indigos are here. Like she talks about all this woke shit that you... Like, I didn't even understand it at first. And then once I started listening to her lyrics, I was like, she's like in a well-known family that is said to be part of the Illuminati. And she's so
Talking
spiritually awoken. And she's against the government. She's against, like, how humanity is right now.
It's weird because her brother's kind of like that. I mean, Jaden's
after
the
same
Karate
way.
Kid or whatever, when he got older, people used to think, like, he was so weird.
Right.
Like, he's so different. He's, like, out of it. Like, what's going on? And she talks about Jaden in her songs,
yeah, she
too,
says, like,
about how
Jaden
he's
and I are
enlightened and stuff.
Yeah. And the mothers, she's that way, too.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know she's into that. So it just blows my mind right now. Like, I'm like, if the Illuminati is what I think it is, you know, like not the demon worshippers and like all that. If it's what I think it is, a sense of enlightenment, I don't think it's a cult. I think that it is a way of being and a way of like being your higher self. I don't think like people chant in the woods and stuff. Like, I don't think it's a group necessarily. I think it's just like the way, I don't know, to like success and manifesting your dreams, because ever since I've started my spiritual journey, I've manifested so many things. Like my YouTube channel started, you know, like I'm not a celebrity like YouTuber, but it's like my YouTube went up so much. And like that means so much to me because I worked my ass off for it. But it's like ever since I've just woken up and manifested and believed in myself, shit has happened. Yeah. Like so this is kind of funny. So I was on a hike and a bird shit on me.
I remember you telling me this.
So a bird shit on me and I was struggling so hard with money. Like I remember this was so embarrassing. I was at CVS and I was trying to get face wash. I didn't have enough money for my face wash. I had to count my coins and I ran out. And like he literally had to give me like 25 cents free, like because I couldn't find more coins. Yeah. And I was sitting there holding up the line. I felt so bad and I was just so embarrassed. This was after that. I was like, you know what? I really need to get myself together. I need to start, you know, finding ways, because like I didn't go to college and all that. Like I'm very creative and I have a lot of talents. Like I don't want to sound cocky and stuff, but I do have a lot of talents.
Things that a lot of people, everyone's meant for something else, and she's always been super creative, like
right. And it's just like I can't sit and work at a grocery store. Like, you know, I tried. I was a dance teacher for a long time, a gymnastics coach. Like I did real jobs, but it's like I was just so mesmerized by all these YouTubers creating and doing what they love to do, and like these, you know, music artists. Like,
I mean, I will say Kelsi is the one who started like the whole editing thing. Like when we were like 10, like 11, we would make these like fake music videos, and she ran the show. Like I would like help with like the fashion side of it, but she was like the edit. She taught me how to edit when we were like 11 years old. Yeah. Like she's always had an eye for this kind of shit. So like it's cool to see you.
It's just cool because like I feel like I've manifested a lot of it, and like manifesting isn't just like, oh, I got it. Like it's like you have to earn it. Work. You have to work for it.
You can't just expect things to come to you.
Like
you
I have manifested it. I was like, you know what? I want to be a TikToker. And then all of a sudden, like in a month or two, blew up to a million followers that I never ever thought in my life.
I'm like giving Lola some credit.
Yes,
Lola helped.
Lola definitely helped, 100%. But it's just crazy because that was after I was manifesting and doing all of this spiritual stuff. Oh, and getting back to the bird shitting on me. Everyone's like, what happened to the bird
Well,
shit?
you know, I'm kind of tipsy and Kelsi's high. Yeah, so we're like going in circles.
No, so the bird shit on me, and I was already like upset about the coins and all that. Like that happened at CVS. And like I looked it up and it said like money is coming. Like if a bird shits on you, it's like good luck and good fortune. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. Like, whatever. And I like wiped off the shit and continued my hike. And I told Mady about it.
Yeah.
The next, like, I swear, the next 2 weeks, my YouTube and my TikTok started blowing up. And I started making enough money to get an apartment. Like, out of nowhere, out of manifest, like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, on those hikes, I would just manifest and want and, like work for it when I got home all day. That was all the only thing on my mind. And I was like, it's not about the money, but it's like, I do need this. Like, this would be something very beneficial to me. This could further my career. Yeah. Like, because my family's never had, like, a ton of money. Like, we always were, you know, getting coupons and, like, we never had a lot of money. So it's like, I didn't grow up that way. And I grew up saving my money and, like, spending it on barely anything. Like, I would have holes in my underwear just because it's not like we couldn't afford underwear. It's just like this was when I was making my own money.
She wanted other things.
This wasn't my parents. They always had me have clean underwear. But
your poor parents, they're like, we didn't do that.
No, they didn't do that. That was on me. But, like, I would just spend my money, like, so what's it called?
You're really frugal.
Frugal. Is that it? Frugal?
Like, you're, like, very, like...
specific.
Oh, you're very, specific. Frugal's when you save money.
Yeah, no, I would be very specific on what I spent my money on. Like, I'm like, well, do I need underwear without holes in it? I'm fine. They work. They, you know, they keep it all closed down there or whatever. Underwear's.
Like, but if there's holes in that.
Well,
like,
no, in the top. Like, in the top.
Like,
no, not in, like, the vagina
like, where
part.
are the holes? Because if the holes
like
were in one area, I think you'd need new underwear.
No, but, like, anyways.
You shouldn't have gone into that.
I know, I just, like, went in a tangent.
It's okay.
But anyways, yeah, the underwear and stuff. What was I talking about?
How you would spend your money on other things, like you didn't care about underwear and stuff.
Right. It's just, like, to have, like, this money being, like, a constant income coming in from something I love doing. It's just...
And something that everyone told you wouldn't be able to do.
Like, a lot of people, discouraged me and said it's not gonna work. Like, you need to get a real job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I'm gonna make this work. Like, this is going to work. Just watch. And I would say, just watch. And then it's like, I'm here. Like, we got an apartment, you know, and we're able to live on our own and be adults now. And I don't know. It's just so cool to me that this spirituality and this journey and all this just, like, boosted it, I think. Like, I truly believe it did.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, it's, like, something that for anyone, no matter where you come from or, like, what circumstances you're living in, you can always make it better. And, like, obviously you do have to take steps towards it. But if you're in tune and you're manifesting, you're visualizing, and you're affirming that this is what my life is going to be, it will happen.
Right.
And you just have to be patient, and you have to work, and you have to visualize every single day and just envision what you want your life to be, and it will be.
Exactly. And I think that's what these celebrities do. I think that's what the Illuminati is. But, like, if the Illuminati is, like, actually people being signed to the devil and
then
stuff,
we don't
like,
support that.
I don't support that, okay? Just, like, letting you guys
it's like,
know.
This is like a conspiracy. Like, we don't know.
Keep an open mind on this podcast. That is the most important thing. If your mind is not open, you will not enjoy this podcast.
That should be your, like, tagline or your disclaimer at the beginning.
Right.
Keep an open mind.
Keep an open mind. I'm going to put that at the beginning
you
of
should.
this. I will. That's a good idea.
Because that's important.
So, like, my TikTok blew up because of my haunted doll, and something led me to, like, get her. I feel like her and I connected for a reason. And I'm going to get into the haunted doll in the next episode. Always end with a cliffhanger.
Again. It's great, though. I love it.
We have learned so much about my haunted doll, Lola. I've seen her spirit. Maddie's asked her questions that have come true.
It's like, actually insane if I told you.
My friends that are mediums and psychics can literally see her. I found out where she's from, all that. So that's all going to be in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and or watching. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube if you guys want to see us live doing this on YouTube, go to Mady Kelly, MadyKelly, and then Kelsi Davies, myself, is KelsiDavies. We are broadcasting this on Spotify, SoundCloud, possibly Apple Podcasts, possibly Pandora, and of course YouTube. So make sure you guys stay woke. Thank you guys so much again, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Peace out, guys.
Peace.